Hey there, welcome. It is July 5th, 2021. Happy 4th of July weekend. The weekend is over. It's Monday. And I just want to say I hope that everybody had a safe and fun holiday weekend with family and friends and got out and enjoyed this weather. Yeah, it was a little warm, but you know what? After 2020, we'll take whatever we can get. So this is Simply Des Moines 15-minute market update. My name is Les Solgrove, and again, this is through the week ending July 4th. So as of yesterday, this is the numbers that we sit for, and this is week 26. We're kind of at a halfway point we are absolutely at the halfway point of 2021, and we're going to start to see some changes here. And so let's jump right in today. We're going to stay here on this main slide for just a quick second. You'll notice that with the holiday week, there wasn't a lot of changes. We actually saw our homes per sale kind of remain pretty close to the same at 1845. Days on market is hovering right at that 3 days on market. Although for a couple of days this past week, it did bubble up just a tick, but it settles right back down. Our month of inventory is still 1.2 months. Again, no changes since last week. And our homes under contract actually dipped just a little bit. We're still seeing we've peaked a little bit. So we're starting to see homes under contract drop off just a little bit. But we're still almost 500 homes for sale, 500 closed sales in the books year to date over last year at 78.68. Median sale price remains at $255. So the top story this week, let's get this screen going here. Homes for sale by inventory is growing. And I've talked about this the last 2 or 3 weeks when I said, especially last week when I said the market is kind of, peaking a little bit. So one of the signs is that we're starting to see inventory start to rise. And what this graphic shows you here is 2019 in the kind of the orange, 2020 in the blue, and 2021 is red here at the bottom. And what you see here is on May 25th was the last time we hit our low. We had a all-time low of all inventory for sale of 1643. That happened on May 25th. And we have, since our low, we've rebounded as high as 1,907 new listings or homes on the market. We're currently, as of yesterday, at 1845. And this might just be the holiday weekend, but you can kind of see here we were kind of on this little upward trend, and it's kind of flattened off. I don't expect this to last. I think we're just going to jump right back in now that the holiday weekend is over here. So how this compares to just looking at single family resale only, this is another sign. Again, you can see that our all-time low for this year was back on March 30th, where we had 515 homes on the market. We have rebounded nicely there. We have had a high of 853, which just happened a couple of weeks ago, and we're currently sitting at 809 homes for sale. So this is definitely the area we want to see more homes come on the market. This is the single family resale. This is where we sell the bulk of our home sales from in the Des Moines and Central Iowa market. Just to give you an idea how this looks on new construction, again, comparing 2019 and 2020, we see these little spikes occasionally here and here and here where builders add inventory. So that's kind of a little bump. That's why those kind of look like that. But May 24th, we had our all-time low for the last 2 or 3 years of 637 new homes on the market back on May. And we've rebounded as high as 695. We're just under that at 688 again here on the holiday, as the holiday weekend ends. So kind of expect this one to kind of maybe continue to rise just a little bit, but not as dramatic as the single family resale. So the weekend review, it is a holiday weekend, obviously. And so this graphic changes out every 13 weeks. So this is the last time you'll see this particular graphic. We'll start back over with week 27 next week and kind of give you a forecast of where we hope that and see where homes added onto the market kind of increase. And it's been a rough 13 weeks as far as adding new homes to the market overall. We started off really, really nice here, back in the beginning of second quarter, but that didn't last. We really had, for the most part, a long run of where each week we had fewer homes coming on the market than we did a year ago. And that's just really a testament to the fact that we're so far ahead in sales, just as a testament that the buyers are still there waiting and ready to go. Of course, this week was a pretty slow week with only 222 homes coming on versus 271. So again, we expect this to kind of change. And let me know if you like this little weather theme. I think it's just, I've just kind of added that this year, thinking, you know, how much does weather affect our market? So back 3 weeks into this quarter, we had, you know, some pretty good snow, and then we had rain, and I mean, it was just like a big week of weather. And look what happened here. We actually had one of our better weeks that week. So as we go through the summer, we'll see if the heat has the same effect here. The overall review of everything compared to last year, again, our new listing counts are down just a little bit. You know, accepted offers were down just a little bit, but, you know, with the holiday weekend, you can see that, you know, open houses were almost non-existent this weekend, which is very, very common. But, you know, because of our weeks, you know, looking year over year, it just happened that the week last year, the 4th didn't hit the same time. And so therefore we're, you know, 92% less than we had a year ago. This is not anything to be concerned about. It's just pretty normal there. So this week's spotlight, I said last week we're going to say goodbye to June and talk a little bit about what happened in the month of June. And so let's just kind of pick up where we left off. This is that inverted market, and this is kind of a good place to start this week. Again, this is where I'm saying we have peaked. Our market has peaked. We've gone now a full 30 days and more without increasing our sale pending counts above, you know, on the rise here. And this is our record that we hit this year, which was just crazy. But down here at the bottom, you can see again, the number of homes for sale overall are starting to increase. And the closer these two come together, you can see, you know, it was just a year ago after COVID that we actually entered into this crazy market, and we've still been in it. But as we get to the end of the year, the idea is that, you know, these two will cross back over. We'll have more listings on the market than we have sale pendings, and that'll kind of really be a true sign that the market is kind of back to what I would call normal. But you know, maybe normal's not in sight for the next year, so we'll see. One of the graphics that I produce each month on a monthly basis is the amount of homes inventory. So months of inventory, and I break it down by price range. So the definition of months of inventory is essentially, if you ask the question, if no new homes came on the market, how long would it take for us to sell out at the current pace, sell out of our existing inventory? And we have 3 categories here. We have seller's market, we have an even market, which is kind of balanced, and that's in our marketplace. I define that as between 4 and 6 months of inventory, and then a buyer's market where we have you know, more listings than we have buyers for. And you can see there's one red bar running right across the top there, and that's 900,000 to $1 million price point. Now it's not as dire as it would seem. If you've got a home listed for sale in the 900 to $1 million price point, don't worry. This is not meant to be an alarm, because frankly, the way these numbers add up here, what I do is I take the current number of homes for sale and I divide it by the number of homes that went under contract in the past 30 days. So at the end of June, there were 19 homes on the market between 900,000 and $1 million price point. And only 2 homes actually went under contract during the month of June. And so you do 19 divided by 2 is 9.5, and that's where that 9.5 months comes out. Now, obviously, the market is always fluid. I mean, it's always changing. So I could reproduce this graphic every day, and it would fluctuate. But just to give you an idea how close this is, when you have 19 homes on the market, had we only had 3 more homes go under contract, so let's say we had 5 homes instead of 2, so 19 divided by 5 would have brought this number right back into 3.8, just like the $700,000 to $800,000 price point. So when you see some of these higher price points and you see some large fluctuations, don't get too hung up over that, just because there's just not that many homes up there, and every little activity kind of makes a change there like that. So breaking down the inventory, again, the activity by listing status. So listing status is how many homes did we have come on the market? How many homes went under contract? How many homes actually closed? And this is a complete recap of, how many homes did we add to the month of June to the market? We added 718. And we also put almost 1,600 under contract during that month. So again, we're still outselling or out, we have half as much inventory, and the homes are, selling at twice the pace that they're coming on. And, this is just, again, that idea that our market is very, very strong with buyer activity. We put 1,500 homes in the sales in the books, and, that many homes, moving companies started moving, and just quite a busy time there. We did have about 300 homes come back on the market during the month of June, and that's made our month back on market rate just a little bit higher than normal. But again, what's normal anymore? By the time you look at the 300 plus about 145 down in this bottom category between expired, canceled, and temporary off market, so there's about 500 homes that actually either came back on the market or left the inventory. And, that just says, the buyers are still out there looking. One that I really want to point out this month, and it's just starting to show its head here, is we're starting to see a few more price reductions. Guess where that comes from? That comes from when the market softens a little bit and homes aren't selling in hours, instead of they're selling in days or maybe a couple of weeks. We have to start looking, as sellers, we have to start looking at, why is the house not selling anymore, and what do we do to kind of stimulate that and make our home sell versus the next one? And so we're starting to see just a little bit of a uptick in price reductions. This will be a very key number to watch each month, and I'll try to start watching that a little bit closer during the month as well, to see if I see any changes there. So kind of interesting numbers there. Two graphics that go hand in hand. This is homes for sale by price range, and in a second we'll see the homes under contract by price range. Again, this is just a testament showing 2020 versus 2021 in the blue. 2020 is in red. And you can see that we are largely short of homes for sale in that $100,000 to $300,000 price point. A year ago, we had 980 homes for sale. This year, at this point in time, we still have less than half of our homes for sale in that $200,000 to $300,000 price point. It's a little bit closer in the 1 to 2, not so far off in the 3 to 4, and as you go up the line. But let's look at sale pendings and see how this looks. Of course, obviously, if we have fewer homes for sale in this lower price point, we're going to have fewer homes under contract, but the difference in the last year to this year is a little bit closer. But look at this. We have had under 100, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, all are behind 2020. Are behind 2020 numbers here. But once we get above that, so 300 to 400, we're absolutely even. The same number of homes under contract this year that we had that last year. 4 to 5, we have more under contract. 5 to 6 more. 6 to 7, we're even. 7 to 8, we have 2 more. 8 to 9, several more. What is that? 9? No, I can't do math today. 11 more. There's that. The number of sale pendings in the 9 to 1 million. I said we only had 2. But look at this. Above 1 million, there's actually 14 homes under contract this year, where a year ago we only had 3 during the month of June. So something's happening up and down the marketplace. It's just not happening yet in this under $300,000 price point. So let's hope that changes soon. Let's end this week's show here because we're coming up close on time. This is the breakdown of inventory for sale, homes for sale in the metro by price point. The grayed out ones mean that there are no homes for sale in these different price points, and this is the communities listed. We have one community for sale that has inventory all the way up and down the line. That's Des Moines West. That's defined as south of University down to the Des Moines River, and then or Raccoon River, I should say, and over to 63rd Street approximately, and then to the east over to Fleur Drive kind of area, or ML King. Currently 60 homes in grouping, and we have pricing homes for sale at every one of those price points. And the new one that I just recreated this month moving forward due to popular demand, this is the pending inventory counts by price range. And again, same thing. If there are no homes under contract, you see a kind of a grayed out 0. One community, again, we have only one here. The community of West Des Moines does have homes under contract by the skin of their teeth in every single price point. So 394 homes under contract in West Des Moines, and we have something in every price point. So does this give you an idea that maybe there are some places that have a little bit more inventory? I hope that's kind of what, this graphic and this graphic will kind of show you. So that's it for this week's show. I appreciate you joining me. Next week, we're going to come back and kind of talk a little bit about maybe what we think is going to happen the second half and the third quarter of 2021. I know for as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to go out and start buying some corn. I think the corn stands are, opening back up again, and look forward to seeing you guys out in the fields. Let's get out there and list your homes, get your homes on the market. And you can join me each week here by subscribing to my YouTube channel. All the graphics are available at SimplyDesMoines Stats on Facebook or SimplyDesMoinesStats.com. You can get there as well. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend, and let's jump right back in now and make 2021 even a better year as we get towards the end of this year. Talk to you soon. Thanks for joining me.